preventing the sex trafficking and exploitation of children and youth. Welcome to this video presented by the U.S. Committee for Refugees and Immigrants. This is the story of Isabel and her uncle Julio, fictional characters going through a situation that immigrant children may face. Isabel, a 15-year-old girl, was excited to come to the United States to live with her aunt and uncle and for better opportunities, but found herself in a sex trafficking situation. Imagine this scenario. You are the sponsor of your niece, Isabel. You work hard to enroll her in school and make sure you know where she is at after school.
When are you coming home?
She is doing well in her classes and seems happy. You are relieved. However, a few months later, a new friend starts dropping her off at home late at night. On 2 occasions, Isabel didn't return home until the next morning.
I was worried.
When she came
What are you
home, she was wearing clothes you'd never seen before, and very sexualized and revealing.
I don't have to tell you.
She became angry and defensive when you asked her where she was. A few days later, you find expensive headphones and lots of cash in her room. Your instincts tell you something is wrong, but you wonder if you're overreacting. How can you express your concerns in a conversation with your youth? Step 1. Create a feeling of safety.
Is it okay if we talk for a few minutes?
Yes,
Where would you like to talk?
here is fine.
Isabel, I'm very worried about you. I don't know exactly what's going on. But it's not your fault if you've been taken advantage of and are in an unsafe situation. I'm not going to get mad no matter what you tell me.
Step 2. Be direct and remain calm. Explain to the youth that this is important and serious.
I want to make sure you know the signs when a person is taking advantage of you, so you don't do something dangerous, and that you know what to do if you are unsure and need help. I noticed that you come home very late, wearing provocative clothes, and have bought some expensive things, like your phone. I'm worried and want to make sure you're okay.
Yes, I know.
Can you tell me more about what's going on so I can help?
My friend introduced me to someone who pays me to do things. I was a little scared, but I didn't know how to say no.
When you say things, what kind of things are they asking you to do?
I don't know, Uncle. I'm very embarrassed.
You mean, they ask you to do sexual things?
Yes, I know that what I'm doing is wrong, but she's my only friend here. Before she was my friend, I was sitting at home alone all the time, missing my country. And we needed money. I wanted to buy new clothes and have a nice phone like the other kids. I don't know how to tell my new friend that I want to stop doing this.
Thank you for telling me the truth. Don't worry. When I agreed to be your sponsor, I agreed to support you, to provide you with a home and other necessities, and be responsible for you.
How can I get out of this situation?
Step 3. Find help. Depending on your situation, you can ask for help from one or more of the following. Talk to a trusted professional such as a school staff member, counselor, or caseworker if you have one. Ask how they can help support the youth. Or to report someone who you know is abusing or exploiting a child, call Child Protective Services or 911. If the youth goes missing, file a report with local law enforcement and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-843-5678. If you do not have a caseworker, call the Office of Refugee Resettlement ORR National Call Center at 1-800-203-7001 for assistance. You can also call the National Human Trafficking Hotline for help. They have interpretation services in different languages and are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can request support by calling 1-888-373-7888, sending a text message to 233733, or chatting online at humantraffickinghotline.org.
Is it okay if we contact your caseworker? She can help us understand our options and file a report with the authorities.
Yes, that is fine.
Hi, Marta. We need your help. Can you talk?
Step 4. Make a safety plan and be prepared for the future.
We're going to talk about how to avoid contact with this friend and the other people who have taken advantage of you and hurt you. Also, I want to give you a list of numbers you can call if you ever find yourself in an unsafe situation. You can save them in your phone. As part of your safety plan, let's make a list of other trusted people who you can call if I'm not available. Who are some other adults you trust?
I trust my older sister, my caseworker, one of my counselors at school, and my cousin.
Okay. If you ever find yourself in a dangerous situation, let me or another trusted adult know immediately. If you can't reach a trusted adult, use the emergency phone numbers you saved in your phone.
Okay. Thank you, Uncle. I feel better knowing I'm not dealing with this alone.
Let's review 18 warning signs that a youth may be at risk of sex trafficking or exploitation. If the youth packs a backpack with clothes or does not return home at night, is absent from school and has no explanation for their absences, leaves and comes back home at unusual hours, is extremely tired, anxious, aggressive, or defensive, has started using drugs or alcohol, or increased drug or alcohol use, brings a lot of money or expensive gifts home, has harmed themselves or attempted suicide, has a romantic partner inappropriate for their age, has suddenly started hanging out with a new group of peers who seem to be a bad influence, shares that they have been threatened by someone with deportation or harm, is unaware of the current date, place, or time, has multiple phones, has bruises or burns on their body, does not possess their passport, money, or phone because someone else has them in their possession, has inappropriate and highly sexualized clothing and behavior, has tried to run away from home, has been treated for frequent sexually transmitted infections, STIs, appears to be monitored or controlled and is not able to speak for themselves or share information. If you notice any of the warning signs of sex trafficking or exploitation, follow the steps to keep your youth safe. Thank you for your attention. We invite you to explore our Resource Center for Immigrant Children at ucresourcecenter.org, where we have a virtual library that explains many important topics such as legal immigration, education, physical health, mental health, and much more. This concludes our video for today. See you next time.
The scenario depicted in this video is a dramatization created for educational purposes to raise awareness about sex trafficking and exploitation. Trafficking indicators, scenarios, individuals involved, process and outcomes of each case can vary based on the potential trafficking situation. This scenario may not represent a real outcome. Viewers are encouraged to seek assistance from law enforcement, Child Protective Services, their caseworker, the ORR hotline, and/or the National Human Trafficking Hotline for information, support, or to report the trafficking concerns. Contact 911 if you are in immediate danger.